Hello everyone, and welcome back to Season 3 of Minecraft. This is the first video I have recorded on my new computer. It's kind of surreal actually, because I'm playing the game windowed at 1080p. Because my monitor is 1440, but my old graphics card couldn't support that resolution. So things have changed since the last episode. Once again, I've built this area in down here. I'm pretty happy with it. I've got a variety of variety blocks in the stone brick. I still hate the fact that we can only do smooth slabs though. This is all pretty straightforward. This just leads down to the mine, and everything is nicely sorted pretty much. I've got a couple of mending books, one from fishing and one I was given by Ccobblestone, I think. Can't remember. And there's some mycelium. Jade went to the Mushroom Islands, got some mycelium. There's a little farm I set up in town for that. I've got a bin here, which is your standard chuck stuff onto cactus. I've got potion brewing here. This is so if I'm enchanting stuff, I can just chuck it on the floor behind the enchanting table and it'll come down here. Not sure I'll ever use that. But yes, that's pretty straightforward. Nothing too amazing to look at there. This is pretty amazing though. Pure luck. I was doing the thing I'll show you in a minute in the nether, and along the way I explored Fortress and I killed wither skeletons, and seriously, still no looting at the time. I've got looting 2 now. But at the time I still had no looting and I got another 2 skulls, which is just insane good luck. So I got the first beacon out of anyone, which was cool. No changes to the altar to slip. Hello. Looks like Jade's built a bit of a platform here. Yes, so tutorial. Jade's doing tutorial. After Relentless did sands and I did papyrus, it's Jade's turn. She's doing tutorial. Anything else to say here? I don't think so. Stuff's been built around town. All the stuff's moved from here. I don't think that had been done last episode. Garden Bunny built a tree farm. You can just about see. I would zoom in, but I haven't got Optifine installed at the moment. So I moved the charcoal machine over there as well. Lag spikes. I will come to this in a moment. There's the mycelium. There's Risen's built a giant record above his shop. This was Panda's house, I think. It is now the official government building. So stuff that only the ops can do, banners with more than the default number of layers, coloured signs, people can leave messages, and then I've done down here the room of scores. Time played on the... This is all the things we're tracking. Deaths is on the tab screen. I'm still at 0, which I'm frankly amazed by given my nether adventures, but so that's why that's blank, because I haven't registered a score in it yet. But time played on the world, number of deaths, time since the last death, time slept in the bed, distance with Elytra, that is Texerat, I think. He's been to the ending of an Elytra and then, I guess, ender chested and killed himself, because that's the only way to get back out. Distance fallen, thousands of blocks mined, and that is counting these blocks. So not every block, because there are too many blocks. I wasn't going to track every single bloody one of them. Hundreds of ores mined, which includes glowstone as an ore. I think these scale pretty well because they're kind of staying in sync with each other, so hundreds and thousands was a good scaling for those. Times traded with villagers, number of player kills, number of mob kills, and the mystery statistic. Jade is the only other person who knows what that one's tracking. And I'm not going to say. That's the point. Lowest scores are currently disabled because I figured out that my setup for it wasn't actually going to work. The way I did it was I said the chain of command blocks was to add an arbitrary amount to the lowest score, and then check if anyone's got a score lower than it and set it to that. So if someone gets a lower score, then it would move downwards. No, it allows the lowest score to move upwards, because the person with the lowest score might increase that score and they'd still be the lowest, but the value would increase. But that doesn't work because it would only be able to do it with players who are online. At the time it then sets it again. So that's currently disabled. Highest score is safe from that because it just increments to whoever's got a higher one than the current one, with one exception, which is this one, which can have exactly the same problem as lowest scores, but the opposite way around. It's not perfect, but that was sort of an experimental inclusion anyway. Originally I only planned to do just the stat of whoever's standing nearest. So that's that. Command block fun times. Let's go to the Nether, I guess. So, I don't believe this portal has been moved. So originally, the back wall of this enclosure was here, and I had to break through that and start building out a cobble bridge this way. And let me just show you the Nether scenery here. Yeah, I had to cobble bridge out, or cobble slab bridge, all the way out here. I mean, you can see the rest of my bridge where the expansion of this has ended. But yeah, I had to do these 3 cobble slabs all the way up for that distance and this distance. This was all me. All this cobble slabs here, all me. It was nerve-wracking as hell, or nether-wracking as hell. Huh? No? Okay. I was being attacked by ghasts. Speak of the devil. When I got over here, there were blazes to deal with, as well as the occasional normal skeleton. Someone's got portals out here now. Yeah, this cobble slab bridge, all me. Nerve-wracking. I took off my armour for it, because I wasn't about to lose that if I got knocked into lava. I had noob juice on my hotbar, of course. Yeah, it was terrifying. This is a diversion around the blaze spawner so as not to trigger it. And there's another blaze spawner here. Looks like someone's opened that up. They haven't destroyed the blaze spawner, have they? Hope not. It's a perfectly good blaze spawner. And more portals. As I say, when I built this, it was literally just this cobble all the way. No one else had been up here. So yeah, as I say, I'm amazed I'm still on 0 deaths, to be quite honest, after doing this. Actually, this isn't the really amazing part that I didn't die on. I mean, this is the tunnel that will eventually lead to my base. Obviously, I haven't built the portal at the other end because that would be outside the world border, and therefore kill me as soon as I went through. But yeah, people have been poking around here. You're welcome, guys. Here's the warning sign to say, you know, this is where the world border is in overworld terms. Don't do portals here or further. And then we take a right. And then I stop bothering with the slabs, mostly. As you can see, it's quite a long way. And then this is part, no, it's further. So I was still doing cobble slabs here, still nerve-wracking. Seriously, this was absolutely terrifying. I don't think I've ever been as scared in Minecraft as I was when I was doing this cobble bridge. I really don't. I mean, I've bridged out over the Nether before. I did that on my single player world. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can really say to that. this is part of the fortress I explored thoroughly. This is where I got one of the skulls. I think I got the other skull just on the fortress that was back there. Hello, Ghast, all the way down there. And then at this point, I ran out of cobble, and I started continuing my bridge with netherrack, which is an incredibly stupid thing to do, you know, because gas can destroy it. And do I want to run all the way along this when it could get blown out from underneath me? Not really. This is why I turned my game music back on, because I love the music in the nether. But yeah, this is quite a long way. And I did it with netherrack, because I'm an idiot. But I didn't die, so, you know. I had some very close calls, I really did. Some incredibly close calls. Because I was getting attacked by ghasts here. But yeah, we're getting there now. Coming to the final stretch. Again, I would zoom, but no Optifine at the moment. I'm going to have to run all the way back through here, aren't I? After I finish showing you this. I'm probably already fast forwarding this while I'm running along it. And then right at the end there, you can see the location that my portal will go in, roughly. And I dug through here a bit because I happen to know that there's fortress around here. I haven't explored that, but it's mine. I should probably put signs on it, because if you don't put signs on it, you can't claim it. And even if you do, sometimes you can't because reasons, like end portals and stuff. Anyway, I've now got to go all the way back, which is fun. But yeah, I've got some pretty good stuff from that nether fortress. Quite a decent number of diamonds and stuff. Horse armour. It was pretty good. Oh, I actually, yeah, one of the really close calls I had was I accidentally shot at a blaze, which moved out of the way and there happened to be a pigman behind it. So then I had to really quickly block myself in to save myself from the pigmen, wait a while, then mine through the wall behind me and get 40 blocks away for them to leave me alone. I'm so glad Mojang added the fact that pigmen do de-aggro. Otherwise I would have been completely screwed, to be honest. I actually had 2 pigman incidents, but the second one wasn't nearly as bad. That was in the other fortress. Hello, Enderman. Tempted to try and kill you. Do need ender pearls. So, what are the projects for today? Well, this tunnel, yes, because I have a real thing for long passageways, apparently. This goes like, well, it goes all the way to the spawn chunks, which is a good several hundred blocks. It takes about 90 seconds at a sprint with Depth Strider 3 because parts of it are still completely underwater, which is why my inventory is full of glass. I want to glass up the parts of this tunnel that are underwater. And that's pretty much it. I will put a rail in here later, maybe 2 rails, one each direction, who knows. Chances are no one's ever going to use this tunnel because they'll just use the nether to get back and forth, but I wanted to build it, so I dug it all the way through and built the thing and yeah, things. Let's get the glass in. I can't see a thing. I really can't see a thing. New. And that's going to have to do because I don't actually have that much leeway. Leeway? Is that the word I want? I can see anyway. I can see now. So just glass, 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 glass. It's just going to be this all the way along the tunnel. I'm not going to sort of sit here and record all of that, obviously. I just wanted to get the point across. But as you can see from my inventory and from my ender chest, there's quite a lot of glass needed. I really don't like that, but it's because water's meant to be that colour. My texture pack changes it. It just looks so crappy. I guess I could put glass in that space and then it'd, as long as it's not against the side of the block, but then the sides of the tunnel further down are going to have that anyway. So it's going to look kind of crappy regardless. Well, it's going to look crappy for me, it'll probably be fine for everyone else. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. You got a hello from Soundless. I mean, this is going to be the first pass. I'll probably come along and tidy things up and neaten these up and stuff. Have different stone and glass at different places, whatever. I mean, that gravel would go, for example, probably. But yeah, I'm going to do some work on this tunnel. So here we are in my test world. This is not where I built this thing. I built this thing on a copy of the world seed. I then duplicated it into the world I used for the CCG redstone build because I needed to test that this thing would function in Spigot, and it does. I was going to show you it on that world, but I can't get the Spigot world to run because reasons. Let's just reset this. Because that's how I have to build it. So for those of you who watched the CCG redstone thing, this may look like a familiar principle. We've got a smooth stone generator down here, we've got an obsidian box, we've got a TNT duplicator. This will make cobblestone. The idea here is to make a completely automatic cobblestone machine. Down here it's got a comparator so that when the chest is full it'll turn the machine off. And that's the idea. It's going to be in the spawn chunk so it should run all the time. Oh, this thing took work. Originally, it was just fairly straightforward. And then I decided to put the sticky pistons in, so that it pulls the blocks that the TNT lands on down, so that it blows up more at once. That's a really good addition, it increases efficiency. Unfortunately, it became a timing nightmare. So I had to add in a whole bunch of systems to do the timing, to do the ordering of things, to make sure that these things don't pull down a block here and then push it back up, and then we end up with a block that... Oh, the other thing I have to do is make sure the TNT doesn't blow these up because then it ruins the whole thing. It was a nightmare. It took a lot of work to sort this out. The main thing is these 2 bits of obsidian. This one here so that a block can't get pushed up there. And this one here so that the TNT can't fall and land on top of that one. This thing seems to be reliable. I'm pretty sure it's reliable. Worst case scenario for this thing is it fails and blows itself up. It never drops more than 1 TNT at once, so it shouldn't be able to fire TNT off anywhere and damage anything else. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, it's kind of a mess of redstone. This is the tidy version, believe it or not. There are probably designs for a cobble generating machine that are better than this, but this is my own design and I like it and I'm going to build it because you do things for yourself once in a while and don't just go on YouTube to find the best design ever. But there's a whole bunch of safety features in this, like the first TNT can't drop until the stone is guaranteed to have reached this point, which is what this little system here does. It just counts out 8 blocks. The system can't, if you switch the system off and then switch it back on, it won't like skip when there's some items still in this hopper. It'll wait until they're all drained out. That's what that comparator's for. It's just this whole mess of safety features basically to try and secure the thing and make sure it doesn't blow itself up. And I think it's reliable. I think. Not, still not 100%. But I'm going to need to take some screenshots of this. I would just leave my camera account on here and refer to it, but I think I want to build this as a time lapse, which means I need my camera account on the server. So I need to take some screenshots of this thing so that I can build it, and yeah. I haven't actually finished the tunnel because A, it was kind of boring, B, I wanted to get on with this project and see my pick needed repairing, so I went and did that. But this is the spawn chunks into the tunnel. It is apparently night time. Yeah. It will come up here and just join up to the spawn platform. Brony has built the Iron Titan. It is complete, it is running. We're actually surprised it's running because we're pretty sure that having left the area and had no one on and had server restarts and stuff, it should have broken by now under Spigot, so we're a little confused. To be fair, we haven't had a working Titan that wasn't on command blocks for a year, so we haven't exactly been testing whether it still breaks under Spigot. Maybe it doesn't anymore. We have no idea. So yeah, we have an Iron Titan now. It's not open for collecting iron yet. Brony's letting some build up first. But my build is going to be over here, right in the corner, away from everything, for maximum safety-age. Safety third, a Sl1pg8r would say. And that block is the corner of the spawn chunks. This is the footprint of the whole thing. I think redstone would actually keep working outside the spawn chunks in the lazy chunks, but I didn't want to try and risk that. So let's just check this. This is 3 blocks in. I didn't put it too high up because I didn't want the ladder to be stupidly long. 4, 5, 6 blocks, and then the chest. Good. That's Sam's Folly, which is to say the public farms area like we had on the first world. It's just over there. And here's all the materials I need. Theoretically the exact number, so hopefully I don't build a bit of it wrong and drop the materials. And yeah, I don't need the netherrack, that's for scaffolding. Yeah, this should be everything I need. So it's time to get back Conjurer on. Well, I'll wait until daytime. And start building this thing. Okay, I think that is everything done. I've probably missed one piece of redstone and the whole thing will blow up, but as you noticed in the time lapse, I'm sure I had a bit of a lava accident, and then I realised I'd built the the smoothstone generator in the wrong place anyway. That's 4, that's 1, these are all 3, that's 2, pretty sure that's right. I nearly forgot to put the piston under here. The advantage of having the exact materials is I knew I had a piston left and I was like, where does that go? Comparators, 4 ticks, 4 ticks. So I need to put 8 items in here. Is that right? Nothing's powering the dispenser. No, that needs a slab. Right? Because nothing else is powering it, is it? So I need to put 8 items in here. And I need to put 1 item in there. And I think that is everything. I think. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this up for a little bit without the TNT. Because the TNT is going to be the last thing I put in, obviously. Okay. And then any second now I shall get come on. Well, I heard that fire, which is a problem. I'm going to have to rebuild that now because it's pulled the slime blocks over. Did I miss that bit of redstone? I must have done. So I should have that fire. And then this should go. And that's fine because I'll just push back up when the block's gone. Okay. That seems to all be working. So let's turn it off again. And there you heard the sort of bit where it keeps going for a while, which is by design. Okay, so I just need to replace the slime blocks and put the TNT in and hope it all works. What is that? What is that? I'll deal with that in a minute. This is the nerve-wracking part. TNT. Let's be sure everything's cleaned up. Don't put any stray netherrack for the TNT to fall on or anything. And I'm also going to, hello, you can go as well. Okay. I don't actually need to mine these, I'm just doing it because why not? That should be everything. Oh, I'm nervous. I say, even if it goes wrong, it'll only blow itself up. It can't damage anything else. It's too far away from anything. But should go 8 cycles before the first TNT. Well, no, it'll be 16 cycles before the first TNT because it's got to pull the TNT back first. Okay, it is primed. Oh, nervous. Any second now. There it goes. And drop. And another one. It's working. I really feel like something's going to go wrong with this, but it's working. So that should be it. That should be everything. And this is designed so that it shuts itself off when this chest is full. It's the spawn chunk, so it should keep running. We have a working cobblestone machine that is in theory fully automatic. And in theory, shouldn't break. In theory. So I guess I'll just leave that running. Still got this stone to clean up down here. Boom. Right, that is a project well done. Let's clean this up. And as we return to town, you can see that Jade has been hard at work building the vast majority of Toriel. She's got a few layers left to go. And I have the best view of her from my house. Well, actually no, I probably don't because I'm like right next to her, so it's probably not that good a view. Has she put brown wool in for the eyes? I don't think she has. I can change that if I want to later. And we have here the burial place for iron ore, as is traditional. And yeah, I actually had to record that time lapse twice, you know, because I started doing it and then I just tear the whole thing, well not the whole thing, like half of it down. Because I initially started recording with just one of my monitors working, so the recording got kind of buggered up. But yeah, I can't really see much of going on from here actually. If I get on my roof I can. Not as good a view as I had of Papyrus last world. What are you going to do? But that is going to... Oh yeah, there's one other little thing I wanted to mention. Those should have accented A's on them. Let's see if I can do this without killing the recording. Oh no, I can't because my sticky notes are on my other computer. Basically, Minecraft does not get along well with... I can probably demonstrate actually. No. Can I not do special characters with that? No. Well. There are supposed to be accented characters in the name of this thing. They look stupid because they don't go in the Minecraft font, they kind of go... It's weird. I'll try and... Well, I'll do it and then take a picture and put it on screen now or something. And Yeah, which is a shame because I wanted to have the, like, I'm as certain as I can be that the Latin is correct. But yeah. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. We've got 1.12 is in pre-release, which means the full version should be out soon, which means we will update soon. The world border should drop soon. I will be in a position to start heading to my base. But that is it for this episode. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment, help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date what's going on, and subscribe if you want to see more. Can I get thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.